Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And we have peace with the Austrians. We raided their ports a little bit. Beat them up a little bit. I'm not interested in any of their rubbish. Just give me some money. I'm not paying you to be your ally. Cool. Right. I think we need to go finish off the Russians. Funnily enough. To the Sea of Tosk. Right, let's go. 3 months before I get Dreadnoughts. Okay, cool. But we're getting there. Hopefully we'll have the restoration of peace soon enough. Welcome back. We finally have turbines. That means I can finally get started on our first generation Dreadnought. Now, we are limited by our shipyard size, so I should start re-expanding those. But we do want an efficient design. Go lower on both. What are we looking at? 22,000 tons. Actually, no, I want to fit it in 20. Because that means I can actually build 2 of them. 21 knots. Standard crew quarters, maximum bulkheads, standard range. We're still on coal. But... oh. What? There's something not right about that. Maybe if I do... why is it heavier? That shouldn't be right. I thought I'd fix that weirdness. Is it because of the fuel? Yeah, it must be because they're running on coal. Oh, that's annoying. I could have built these way earlier if I'd done them on... what if I push speed? Ah, yeah, there you go. So if I make the design faster, I do 23 knots. Let's do 23 knots. 20,000 tons. 23 knots means they'll be as fast as... the... I thought I had one that could go 23 knots. No, it's only 20... yeah, the Havsons. So they're as fast as our latest protected cruiser, but they're a battleship. That's pretty cool. Right, auxiliary engine. Right, towers. Might as well use the best one. Same for the rear. Gonna need a couple of funnels. It's looking fine. Only Harvey armor. We don't have Krupp, unfortunately. Now, I think 13-inch gun makes the most sense. Probably. See how it goes. Oh, I don't need a standard. Let's go with a medium 5. Got French guns. Interesting. Oh, what are you doing, Windows? There we go. Solid main armament. Casemates. What's my highest Mark 3? The 4-inch. Let's go with that. just a little bit on the light side, but I think the better quality gun is the better choice just now. I wonder why this hull only lets you do -2 beam. That's a curious one. Torpedoes. I think, as I did in the Dutch campaign, I think when you get access to Dreadnoughts is when you want to start taking torpedo launchers off your ships, because they are just a huge vulnerability. The gun lengths, they're 13-inch 50s. What's their rate of fire? It's pretty low, isn't it? That is a concern. Base fuse capped for now. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Oh, that rate of fire is too low. What happens if I shorten the guns? Shorten the guns and you tell me what the length is. We bring them all the way down to a 40. Yeah, that's more like it. Because now their rate of fire is 1.22 rounds a minute, which I think is just about what you want for a main gun on a battleship. Yeah, so we're going to go with short guns. It might affect their penetration, but I don't think so. $12, 13-inch. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best. What is it if it's 0? That is noticeably better. Okay, tell you what. Let's go with a... I want to do a comparison. What happens if I bring a 12-inch 50.86? Slightly better pen, but I do 45 maybe. 10 points. Yeah, because if I want to get the rate of fire on these up, yeah, they're worse. So yeah, I'm going to go with a slightly odd choice. I'm going to go with 13-inch 40 caliber guns. We'll keep the 4-inch. Yeah, so let's make them 55s. So nice and long to get a bit of extra range. Oh yeah, range will be impacted a bit with the 40s as well. I see this more of a brawler anyway. It's got the speed to get into range, but it has no armor, which is a bit of an issue. Oh, speaking of, I should check the high explosive pen. 1.3, 1.2, 1.1. Yeah, that's perfect, actually, with the base fuse. Cool. Well, will I be able to tank... even a 7-inch gun is going to be hard to tank an AP shell. Yeah, I think we have to just protect against 5-inch AP. We'll also protect us against main gun HE. Deck armor. Someone was using a 14-inch gun. 1.8. Oh yeah, our deck pen's gone up because we have a slower velocity. So yeah, let's go 3 and 1.5. There's relatively heavy deck protection for the time. 14-inch main belt should protect us down to about 5,000 meters against our own guns. But if someone comes along with a 14-inch gun, it's maybe not enough, but we can look to increase it later if we have the weight. Which I don't think we're going to do. %5 over. Get rid of that coal. There we go. Okay. So I don't have the displacement to really increase anything. Wow, this is quite a compromised design. We're gonna have to do some research, I think. I'd like a bit more turret armor. Good. We'll get that up to 16 as well. Yeah, there we go. We've got 100 tons to play with. 100 tons. Yeah, no chance. 24 knots. Would make it the fastest ship in the fleet. Let's trim down that barbette armor a little bit. I think 25 is pushing it. Let's go 24. 24 knots. Which is pretty fast. For, what is this, 1907? So this would be coming out 1910. We've got 20,000 tons, 24 knots, 8 13-inch guns, good protection. Yeah, that is okay, I think. Especially for a first generation Dreadnought. Yeah, approved. Almost certainly forgotten something. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. Now we can build 2 of those. That's why I put it at 20,000 tons. In case you were wondering. We need to expand this. But we get a lot more for doing an expansion these days. Why is my tech budget at only... Oh, of course I had to cut it because of the war spending. Right, let's cut this because the Russians aren't as big of a threat. I need to get my tech spending back up. Oh, I can't. Yeah, we need to get back to peacetime, I think. Well, one thing I could do, all the ships that aren't at sea can go back, can go on defend. Should give us a fair amount of cash back. The other thing to check is we've not overloaded a port. Because sometimes that can happen. And it can be very, very costly. No, I think we're all right. Yeah, I'm not seeing any overloaded ports. Maybe over here. Always worth checking if you've got a weird budget deficit that you can't identify. No, I think we're good. Right, I need to get that tech spending back up. Right, let's go delete the Russians. Welcome back. We have taken Russia's last port, so they should dissolve next turn. So I'm going to send the fleet home for rest, refit, repairs. And I'm actually going to do something I don't often do. I'm just going to max out the tech budget. We need to catch back up. We need to start planning our 2nd generation Dreadnought. Oh, we're taking the Northwest Passage home. Cool. All right. That's a thing we can do. Because we should be back at peace next turn. There we go. Confirmation that Russia is gone. That also blocks Austria from taking Belarus because it's now ungoverned, although they'll probably get the random event that lets them take it before we do. Britain, meanwhile, has been pushing on the Byzantines. Look at this. Taken not all, but most of the Middle East off them, which is an interesting development. Yeah, I guess we should figure out what the next threat to us is going to be. Potentially Britain. I do not want that. I would like to go to war with Germany, personally. But apparently we love Germany, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Right. Yeah, we just need to get all our ships home. And then I really need to start figuring out what we're going to do with our fleet. Welcome back. The 2 dreadnoughts are finished. This one, I didn't change the port. So it got built in Busan as I'm moving it over to Amsterdam. I think we should keep this going. I think we need more than just 2 of these types of ships. Now, oh, actually, I should check. What is my new port cap? 52. Okay. 52, 634, 26. So we can only build a ship up to 26,000 tons. Let's have a look at what options we now have. So we have this hull. Is that our Dreadnought 2? That feels like a step backwards. But we have a battlecruiser 1. Which I think is potentially more interesting. Because you can go maximum size on this without reducing anything. 20, or can we get up to 28? If we push it. No. No, I don't think so. Yeah, we're going to go 26 knots. So it'll be a little bit faster than the Harold. We can now have semi-oil. That's exciting. Boop-a-doo. Right. I want that tower. Always looking at the base accuracy. 1 funnel is fine. Could just go with one of those, or go with 2 of those. Like that. Okay, that's more or less perfect. 99%. What about 2 of these? 127. Okay. I'd rather have a little bit more, just to get a little bit of extra range out of the ship. Gun-wise, I think it makes sense to stick with the 13s, probably. But this one, being a battlecruiser, I don't want this to be a ruler. So this is going to have, rather than the 13-inch 40s that the battleship has, or the Dreadnought, this is going to have 13-inch 50s. It's going to have long-range firepower. Going to have a very minimal secondary battery. Krupp. Oh, that's nice to have. Cat ballistic. That's also nice to have. And as is the Cordite 2. I'm going to fit this with a stereo rangefinder, just so that I remember that this is a stereo ship. I wish I had the stereo too, but I don't. Because this is much more of a long-range sniper type ship. This is not designed to get in and brawl. Armor-wise, I think we're going to go a bit more minimal. We're just going to go 1.5 on the extendeds. We'll keep that solid deck protection. We'll keep a slightly heavier superstructure. But max out the armor on the main belt, so it's actually the same as the Dreadnought. Keep that. Make those a little bit thicker. Yes. Okay, I did have maximum rockets. And this has long range. Okay, well, we do want some barbette armor. How much can we put on without the game moaning at me? Do. There we go. You get a little bit of that. I think that's a pretty solid ship. That's carrying slower firing, but longer ranged, more punchy guns than our Dreadnought. It is pretty fast at 26 knots. Yeah, I just need to think of a name for it, I think. Mind you, am I going to keep this ship forever? Am I going to keep this ship forever? I'm not sure I will. Let's have a quick look at what names the patrons have suggested for battle cruisers. Battle cruiser names. Oh, there's some really cool ones. Okay, they're getting a Patreon name. Of course, it has to be the Rocket. I can't have a campaign without the Rocket. With 13-inch guns this time, not 14s. Slightly different. Probably the smallest, slowest rocket I've built. But yes, we will start naming ships, I think. Not one, maybe not the Dreadnoughts, but yeah, certainly battle cruisers if we're building them. I like that. That is a fun ship. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to build 2 of them. I'm going to remember to put them somewhere sensible. I think we're probably going to build most of the stuff out of... Jesus, where is it? The Netherlands, because it's a nice big port. Yeah. And the other one is going to be the Spook Sword. Love it. I normally put a prefix on, but I'm not actually sure what prefix the Scandinavian unified... Because we are a constitutional monarchy. So it'd be something to do with M. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. What prefix should I be using for named ships? I'm not actually sure. Because it's a nice way of knowing that they're named. But yeah, we're going to get those 2. Finances are not the best, I'll be honest. We're needing to rebuild our war chest. We have caught up a little bit in research. Not a lot, but a little bit. Mostly that's because I rushed. I was rushing turbines. So now everything else should catch up pretty well. Oh, I can take that off as well. Should have taken that off ages ago. That will also help. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that'll help a lot. All right, I think we're in good shape. How's our economy doing? Growing at 8.3%. Still have no oil, which is a bit of a concern. 52.2. So we're bigger than Germany, bigger than China, bigger than Italy, Portugal, the Dutch, the Spanish, the Byzantines. But we are a long way off the big boys, which are Britain, France, and the United States. Okay, relations-wise, everyone seems to like us apart from China and the Netherlands, which is fine. Wouldn't mind attacking the Netherlands, to be honest, because they have oil. And that would be good. Also, would love to attack the Germans. Game. Probably means I'm never going to get to go to war with the Germans at all for the rest of the campaign. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.